Today's topic will be on visualizations. Today's topic will be very easy and very interesting as well. This is like the Power BI's main thing, the purpose of Power BI actually. But today what I'll be doing is the visualizations what you can see here. So those things I'll be explaining how to create these visualizations and also how to use this visualizations along with the fields what we have created by importing the data, also by creating the calculated fields. So when I say visualization, it is about how you are displaying your data. So for example, I have so many fields here, but I need to show it as a report. How will I show? Either I can show that as a table or I can show that as a chart. When I say table, I'll have all the details, that is the text and the numbers and the dates. But when I say visualization with the charts or say graphs, then that will be completely like a picture, the pictorial representation of your data. So what we'll do, we'll see how we can create these visualizations in Power BI. So one by one, I'll go with a single chart and then I'll tell you how to use multiple axis or say dual axis. And also I'll tell you how I can use multiple charts in a same page as well. So first we'll see individually how this say visualizations can be created. When I see this visualization here, I have so many visualizations. These are all the default ones. And if you want more, I can go here and I can import it from the Microsoft, say Power BI website as well. That we'll see later once we come to some more advanced charting techniques. But now for today's session, we'll see how we can use these, say, default visualizations which we have in our Power BI. Let's go with the simple charts here. So what I see here is clustered bar chart and clustered column chart. Same thing we have in our Excel also. So we call it as column chart or bar chart. So what this will do, let me just click on this clustered column chart. So I'll get a visualization here. Just increase this. When I insert any visualization, here I'll get the data or say the fields what I'll be adding. Each visualizations what you see here will have different options to be dragged and dropped here. Now when I see here, I just clicked on this clustered column. So I have the different fields here which I can drag and drop or I can just select it. But suppose if I click any of these other visualizations, they'll have different options because they will take some fields as their input. So they'll have a different fields as an input. Now what we'll do, we'll see how we can create this column chart. Here it says axis, legend, value and tooltip. Let's say I want to create one simple chart for this region and each region sales. Let me just click on this. Just click on this. It will go and sit in this axis. That means you can just drag and drop or you can just click on. Next is, let's say I'll take the sales, just select this and I can either drag it in value field or if I just click on this, it will automatically go and place it here so that I'll get this chart. So what I see here is the column chart. Let me name this. Just double click on this. I can name this. Let me create one more chart now. I'll take this bar chart. When I create this bar chart, here I can see the same fields here because bar chart and column chart both are similar. Only the representation is different. Column chart will have vertical bars. Bar chart will have horizontal bars. Let's take the same chart. I'll click on this region and I'll select this sales. So I'll get this chart like this. So if I see this column, so it is in vertical, and if I see this bar, it is in horizontal. Let me say bar clustered. Let's say I'll just duplicate a page of this, have the same selection here. Let me select this visualization. So whenever you want to edit any visualization, just go and click on this. I'll get the edit option here so that I can modify this one. Now let's take this segment and I'll try to put this in legend. And if I put this in legend, you can see this region, within that I'll get three more say series here. That is, for each segment I have these values. This is side by side chart. The same column what you see here. I'm just trying to put a legend here. The legend means it is just coming side by side. Right. Let me remove this. Let me take this profit and I'll put it in value field. So you can see again, this one is also coming side by side. Let me take this segment and I'll put it in this legend. See, I cannot. Let's go here because already I have one more side by side values here. Let me remove this profit and then let me take this segment and I'll put it here like this. But to overcome this, there is one more kind of chart which is called as the stacked bar. We'll see that later. Let me go here. I'll just rename this side by side column chart. Let me select this bar chart. Say right click, say duplicate. We'll make it as side by side bar chart. Here again, I can just drag and drop, say segment. I'll put it in legend. I'll get the bars like this, or I can take another value field and I can put it in this value field here. I'll get something like this. So this is bar clustered side by side chart, or column and column clustered side by side chart. Let's go to this stacked chart. I'll have the same option. Let me click on this stacked column chart. Let me drag it. I'll just make it center here. And here it says axis, legend, value, and tooltips. If you go here to my column chart, here also it says axis, legend, value, and tooltip. I have the same option, but why is it called as stacked and here it is clustered? Let's see what will happen when I do the same selections. Say I'll take this region, I can drag and drop as well, or I can just select this. Then I'll take the sales and I'll put it in value field. Alright, now I got this result. That is, I got each region and the sales value for each region. What I'll do, I'll take this segment and I'll put it in this legend. Now we'll see what will happen. It is stacked one above the other. Previously I was getting side by side. That is, I was getting one next to each other. This is called as stacked. Now what is the difference between the stacked and the clustered is? When I go to this, say side by side column, here you can see the value here. I'll tell you when you come to format, because here the values are very small. So when you come to this format, I'll tell you how to increase all this. But let's understand the visualization now. Now here it says 350K. That means say 3,62,000 something. But when I come to this stacked chart, you can see this. It says 0.7 million. That means almost say 7 lakhs. So what is happening here is it is adding all the values. That is like a region here. If you see here, see, I have the total region value. Within that, it is trying to divide. That means it is stacking one above the other. But when I'm taking this side by side, let's say side by side, so the total value is getting divided and then the chart is coming like this. That is side by side. So the total value, whatever is there of these three values, will be scattered. That is, say for example, let me select this. Now let me remove this legend. Now this will become 7 million. But suppose if I take this segment and put it in legend, that will get scattered. But in stacked, what will happen is I still have the same value, the same total, but it will just give me the indication saying that okay, from year till year, this is say consumer or say corporate or home office. So it will just divide it within that bar itself. So this is called as stacked chart. Right, let me select this. Let me select this. Let me rename this as well. Say stacked column. Right. Let me create one more page here. I'll say bar stacked. This is again similar to what we had in the column. I'll say region. Quickly we'll create this. Say region, sales, and then let me select the segment and put in legend. So I'll get something like this. So it's just horizontal way of showing your say bar chart. Let me make it stacked bar. Let's go to the stacked column. And now let's take this profit. Let me select this visualization profit and let me put it here. See, I can change this values like this. Now let me take one more, say ship mode, and I'll put it here. It will get replaced here like this. So you can have any kind of visualization like this by just dragging and dropping of the fields here. Fine. So this is column and bar with stacked and clustered. Right. Let me just go here. So here I have something called as 100% stack chart and 100% bar chart. So this 100% stack chart, that is what it will actually do is it will give me the chart in a percentage way. That means the total value whatever is there here, this will be considered as 100%. So depending on the values, it is actually divided by say the total value, and then it will be converted into percentage. So for example, I'll go here. Let's say here I have some values, say consumer, corporate, and office. Here each region, each segment has got different values. But when I convert it into percentage, so they'll have different percentage here. So let's see how to do that. Let's say 100% stacked column. Let me click on this column, drag it, make it center. Let's take the same fields, say region. Then I'll take this sales. So everywhere it is 100%, but the values will change. Now let's take this segment and put it in this legend. I can see the percentage here. So what will happen is it will have the total value divided by each segment. Let me remove this segment. Let's take the ship mode. So you can see now there is some little difference here. That is, it will take the overall total of each region. In that it will take the value of each ship mode, and each ship mode values will be divided by the total value of each region. So the percentage what I get here is like this. The total will have always 100%. So within that, how the percentage are say classified with each ship mode. So this is 100% stacked column. So if you want to make it a bar chart, let me just make a duplicate of it. I'll just say 100% bar chart. Stacked bar. Now let me select this. I can just go and click on this visualization, so automatically it will change. So again, I don't have to create. Just click on this, it will get changed like this. So this is the column charts or the bar charts with stacked, clustered, and 100%. Now let's say I want to create a pie chart. Pie chart are something where it will be like a circle and they are divided with each slice depending on the values. But if you go and see here, I'll have the axis values here. I'll come to the formatting little later. Now I'm just trying to show you how to just create the visualization. That's it. Let me go here. I'll say pie chart. Pie chart is a circular chart wherein it will not have any axis values. Let me click on this pie chart, and then I'll take this region, and then I'll take the sales. The same chart what we saw here, that will be represented in this manner. I can have any values here. Let's say I'll take this profit. So depending on the profit, I'll get this. Fine. Let me remove here. Let's say ship mode. I'll get the pie chart like this. Similar to this, we have something called as donut. A donut chart is nothing but the same pie chart, but we'll have a halo space here, which will help me in putting some text inside this. Let's say I'll go here. I'll say donut. So donut chart. Let me just click on this. Then I'll increase this. I'll keep it. Let me select this region, and then I'll say sales. So you can see this. There is a halo space here wherein I can put some labels here. I'll come to this when you come to different visualization. Then again, I'll come back to this and I'll show you what actually we can put the data inside this. So this is donut. If you see this pie chart and donut, both are same. Only thing is in donut, I'll get some halo space here. Right. Next one, we have a line chart. Let's click here. I have a line chart here. Usually line charts are created for the dates or say periods. Let's say line chart. Let me click on this and then I'll just drag it. Now what we'll do, we'll take this order date. I'll just click on this order date. Then I'll take this sales. If you see this, I can see this year and the flow like this. And in the axis, automatically I can see year, quarter, month, or day. Let's say I want it by only year, so I can just keep only year and I can remove all this. Or say I want it by month, then I can remove all this and I can keep only month here like this. There is something called as drill down report. I'll tell you a little later after understanding all this basic charts. So I can go here, I can take any of these options. I'll go here, I'll just remove this. I want it by day, just remove this. I'll get it by day. But if you see here, let me again take this order date. There is something called as drill down. I'll come to this little later once we come to this tables and metrics. So as of now, we'll understand that. See, if you want by month, I'll just remove this. So I'll get the monthly chart. Now, if you can see, there is something called as legend here. This legend is nothing but similarly what we did for our other column charts or bar charts. So now what I'm getting here is the complete total value for all the data, the complete data, whatever we have. Now suppose if you want to scatter this, say by region or say by state or say by other fields, let me go here and then just click on this region, say just click here, it will go to this legend or you can drag and drop. So once you go to this legend, you can see this, the flow is divided now. The total whatever I had, now it is divided like this. So now the values what I'm getting here is by region. Right. Now this one is the line chart. Now if you see this, the line, there are so many lines and it is little difficult to read. Let's try to fill the colors here, fill the complete area here, so that it will be easy for me to read. So for that, we have something called as area chart. So what I'll do, I can just directly click on this, but for your purpose, so that I can keep this charts, I'll take another sheet, and I can also copy this. So I can just copy this, and I can say Control C and Control V. This is also fine. Or you can make a duplicate, or you can change the same chart. So anything is fine. Now just click on this area chart. So what will happen is, you can see this, the charts, whatever is there, the series will get shaded, so that it will be a little easy for me to read the data. Now if you want, I can also have this stacked area chart. So what it will do is, it will stack one above the other, like what we have with this stacked column chart. What stacked column chart will do is, it will append, or say it will have the chart stacked one above the other. The series will be stacked. Similarly here, I have this, say central, east, south and west. So these data, whatever is at the series, will be stacked one above the other. So let me make it, yes, I'll just say duplicate, and here I'll say stacked area chart. Select this and then just click on this. So now the data is stacked one above the other. So this is how we can stack the chart. Now if you see the total here, it says 350k or something. Suppose if you go to this area chart, here it is lesser, because the data is actually divided by each regions. But what you see here is the complete total, but within that it is actually divided by each regions. So you should understand about the individual series what we are actually plotting, and the stacked chart what we are actually plotting. When I say stacked, that means I'll get the total, within that the values are divided. But if I say just normally take these visualizations, so what will happen, it will just scatter, the total will be completely scattered, it will be divided, and then we'll get the chart. Fine. Next we'll see how we can use dual axis, or we can say two different axes. Now if you go and check this, you have this line and stacked column, that means the combination of two chart. So here I have the same thing, but say line and clustered. Here it is stacked, here it is clustered. So this line clustered, or say line stacked, is nothing but the combination of this one with line and this one with line. Now what I'll do, I'll go here. Let me just take first with the clustered column chart with line chart. Let me just select this. I'll keep it. Now if you see here, the fields whatever is there, says shared axis, column series, column values, line values. So here few more fields will be added here along with this column chart what you see. So if you see here, I'll not have that common series, or say common axis or something like that. So here I have this 1, 2, 3, only 3 or 4 axes. Now let me go here and I'll see here with this visualization. So I can see this shared axis, that is the axis whatever is there, that will be shared with both the charts. Now what we'll do, we'll go here and I'll say region. Now this will be the shared axis for the line chart and the column chart. Right. Now let's take this sales. I got the column chart. Now the next, whatever we have this line chart. So that one, what we should actually do is, say whenever we have some less values, if you plot it in the same series, in the same axis, so that will come somewhere very low, or say it will not be visible at all. Say I have this in thousands. Suppose if I have any value in percentage, So the plot, whatever is there, that will be very low. Let's say in this data, the quantity is very less compared to this sales data. So let me just click on this quantity. Now you can see this, it is very low. So what I'll do here, it is taking as a column values. Take this quantity and put it in line values. Now you can see I have one more axis here with the data, whatever is plotted, that will become line. So here you can see line values. Suppose if I put this profit here, so I'll have clustered, that is side by side, but within that I also have this line chart which will be accessing this secondary axis here like this. I can also take this profit to my lines and I'll have something like this. So you can decide what actually has to be in line and what has to be in, say, column values. Right. Now let me remove this. We'll take this quantity and I'll put it in line series. So this is called as dual axis or combination of charts. Right. Next we'll see the line stacked column chart. Stacked means one above the other. Now here what will happen is we saw this side by side chart. So whenever I'm actually dragging and dropping say the value, so it was coming side by side. Now let's say I'll take this segment and I'll put it in column values. Sorry, it's that. Put it here. Just remove this. Put it in region here. Sorry, it's coming as a drill down. So we'll do that little later. Let me just remove this. Let's take just rename this. Combination chart. Right. Next one is the stacked line chart. Let me just click on this. Stacked is nothing but one above the other. Let's take this region and then let me take this segment and then I'll take the sales value. Now this is the normal column chart, but in this line value what I'll do is I'll take this quantity and I'll put it here, so I'll get the line. The previous one was the clustered chart, but here I'll have the combination of the stacked and the line chart. So this will help me in actually plotting, say, combination chart, that is how the flow of, say for example, some growth percentage is there or some discount values which are very less are there. So I can just compare that value with the sales or say profit or whatever. So this is similar to your other charts as well, but here it is nothing but the combination of the column or bar with this line chart. So here we'll not have say the combination for bar. That means I cannot have the line chart for bar. So here I can have only column and say line chart. Fine. Let me name this combination chart stack. Next one, we'll see about something called as ribbon chart. This ribbon chart is actually mostly they'll be used while ranking. Say today, say in this period there will be one product which is rank 1, then tomorrow it can change, some other product might come on top. So how the flow of that rank is going on, so for that usually we use this ribbon chart. This is again something similar to your line and the combination of column chart. Let me just select say we'll take subcategory that will have more access. Then I'll take this sales. We'll put this legend as mode. Then just drag it, or we'll reduce this. We'll take region here so that we'll have very less data. Yeah. So here, if you see, I can see the flow like this. So in this case, I think all are actually the same, rank. So I'm getting the same values here. Otherwise, let me just take segment and see if they have got some different ranks. They are also have same rank. So what will happen is, suppose for example, if this rank is coming down, so this will go on top like this. So in this case, I think the data is same, so it is just going like this. Otherwise, what will happen is, we can see, so suppose if this is first, and now this will go, this is second, something like this, it will go here like this. So I can see the flow like this. Let me just try to interchange this and see. So the data is actually sequential, so I'm getting like this. Otherwise, this ribbon chart actually helps me in checking the rank. Okay, so it is something similar to your column chart and the line chart, which actually flows like this. So let me just make it as ribbon. Right. Next is about the scatter chart. The scatter chart is actually a kind of chart which will help me in plotting the chart based on only measures, or say values. So I want to see how my profit and sales have been scattered. Let me click on this. So in this, both the axis, x-axis and y-axis, will be values. But in any of the other charts, what I see, the axis will be, one will be a text field, or say we call it as dimension, or it will be like any of these, values. Otherwise, we'll have one field with text, another one with values. That is, one is with the labels, other one is will be with the values. But in this case, both the chart, both the axes will be values. That is, let's say I'll take this profit, and then I'll take this sales, and you can see this, there is one point which is plotting here. So I have the sales value here, and I have the profit value here. So what will happen is, the scattered value, whatever is there, will come something like this. Now let me take region and try to scatter this. See, now the values are scattered like this for each region. That is, I'm just trying to take the complete details of it. Let me take the state. I'll go here. I'll take the state and I'll put it here. See, the values are scattered like this. So what this scattered means, see, have the sales value here. So the sales value will be somewhere here like this. Say it is, say some 4,57,000 or something, and whatever the profit is there, that will go here, and we'll have say 76,381. So the combination of your sales and your profit, that will actually scatter. Now if you want, you can just divide this, just put it here as a legend. So depending on the colors, I can just use something like this. So this is to just classify, say, each region how they are actually have. So here you can see that legend. So all this blue color will represent the central, then east, then south and west. Suppose I want everything to be plotted together, say just remove it. So everything will be of the same color. So if you want to categorize it based on something, then I can use the legend. Let's say I want to categorize it by segment, just put it here. So depending on that, I'll get the colors here like this. So scatter is actually a kind of chart which will take x-axis and y-axis as the values, and then it will plot the chart. Right. So scatter. Next one is about, say, we have something called as card. Let me click on this card. This card, what it will do is it will just give me the label. Say for example, I'll go here, I will say sales. So if you click on the sales, it will give me the sales here like this. That's it. Select here. I have only one field here. So if you go here, say I have this field, so I can just select, say I'll put the sales here, so I'll get the values here. So what is the use of this? What we'll do is, let me just copy this. Now I'll go to this donut chart. So I told you there is a hello space here wherein I can put the label. Now I'll say Control V. Now let me just take it and I'll put it here like this. You can change the color, that is I can make it transparent, that I'll tell you in some time when you come to this formatting. Let me just put it like this as of now. Now what is the use of it? See, let me just click on any one of these series. Say I'll click on this, say best. Just make it. See, this value will get changed. Actually, we have to format it. That is, you have to make it transparent so that you can see directly. Now I just copied and pasted. Or if you want, what I'll do is I'll just delete this. We'll create one more. I'll put it here. Quickly we'll take the sales. See, if I select this, this will get filtered. So don't worry, this one we have to make it transparent so then we can see this directly. So after explaining this, I'll come to this format and then I'll explain how to make all this transparent. See, so whenever I click on this, so this values also will get changed. Otherwise, what I'll do, I'll just keep it outside as of now. See, if you click on any of this, this values also will get filtered like this. So this is card. Similarly, I have something called as multi-card. Let me make it as card. And here I'll say multi-card. So what this multi-card will do is, it is again similar to your single card what we have. This multi-card will have more values. So in this card I can have only one value. That is, any of this is sales or profit or whatever I want, I can just put it here. Let's go to this multi-card. Then here, let me click on this. Just drag it like this. Now let me select, say, region, and then I'll take this sales. Now if you see here, I can see the region along with that sales. So suppose if you want profit, let me click on this profit. I can see the profit. Let me go to this format. I'll just try to quickly increase the font size. Just trying to increase the font size. And then title. Okay. So if you see here, I have the title, then I have the values here. Suppose if I don't want this profit, I can just remove this profit. So I'll have something like this. So this is again a card, but this is multi-card. So what I see here is the total values with a single card, and what I see here is the multi-card, which will help me in giving me the similar kind of labels for each field what I've selected here. Now suppose if you want, say, segment, let me remove this region. See, this is coming by segment. So when I want some values like this in the dashboard, so I can just put it somewhere here like this and I can use it. So if I have one more visualization here, so that will get filtered as well. Say for example, I have this. Quickly I'll just create one more. visualization. Let's say I'll take region and then I'll take the sales value. See, now I'll just go here, click on this. So these values also will get filtered, right? So this is multi-card, right? Next one, what we have is the table. Let me click on this table. So what this table will do is it will give me the text or say the values. This will not give me any pictorial representation. Now let me just click on region. We'll create one simple table and then I'll say sales, right? Now let me just increase the font size. I just increase the font size and then let's go to headers. I'll increase the font size. Right. Now what you see here is the table. Now I have this region and sales. Now if you want to add one more field here, let's go here. You have this region, sales, I can just drag. Say for example, I'll take this subcategory and I'll put it here. So anywhere I want, I just drag and drop. So now I got this subcategory and the sales. Now if you want to sort it by any of this column, just click on this. It will get sorted like this. Just again, if I click ascending or descending, you can sort the data like this as well. Or you can go to this, there is some three dots here, just click on this and say sort by. You can use any of these columns. Let's say sort by sales, it is getting sorted here like this. So this is to create the table, right? Now I don't want the table something like this. I want it, say something like a pivot table, say metrics. I have this region. I want the subcategory to be on top like this as a column header, or say subcategory here and region as the column headers. So for that, we have something called as metrics. Let's click on this metrics, and here it is similar to table, but I can place the fields into column headers as well. If you go and check this table, let me select this. So here I have these values only. But if you go and check this metrics, here I have something called as columns as well, wherein I can have column fields here. Let's take these rows. Say I'll take this subcategory and I'll put it here. I'll get the subcategory here. Let me take this region and I'll put it in columns. So I'll get the columns here. And now in the value field, I'll just take this sales and I'll put it here. So I'll get the values here like this. So this is metrics. There are some more options, advanced options. I'll come to that after finishing a few more options here. Right. Let me just make it as metrics. Next one, what we have here is the slicer. When I click on this slicer, slicer is actually used for filtering. Let me put this slicer and I'll take, say, subcategory. So I'll get all the list of values or say the data inside this subcategory. Now I can select like this. So this will help me in filtering the data or say the visualization whatever I have here. Suppose if I have any visualization within this say page, that will get filtered. Now this is for the list. That means I have a list and I can keep clicking on this so that the data will get filtered or say the visualization will get filtered. Similarly, let's say I'll take one more slicer and then I'll say, let's take this segment. I can say the segment here. I want to make this as a drop down. there is one small arrow here. Just click on this and click on this drop down. So this will become like a drop down here, and I can use this as drop down like this. So this is slicer. Let me make it slicer. Let's go here. I want to create a map. Here I have two different kind of maps. One is map, another one is filled map. Let me click on this filled map. Filled map, what it will do is it will just try to fill the values to each state or region or whatever it is. Let me just click on the state, and then let me select on this sales. So you can see the map here is getting filled like this. This is filled map. Next one, let's say filled. Formatting we'll do later. Just try to create this. Now here I have this map. You also call it as symbol map. Let me select the state. So here I can see the symbol. Now let's say sales. If I take this sales, so what it will do, depending on the size of that sales, I'll get this, say, circles here. We can modify this, that I'll tell you. Suppose if you want, say, by region, if you want to color, I can go here, I can put the legend here so that it will be categorized by each regions here. Let me just make it as symbol map. So these are some of the basic visualizations. This is just we created it. But how this can be used in our dashboards? There are so many other things as well. I'll tell you one by one later once we understand all these charts. So what we'll do is we'll go here, we'll create multiple charts here, and also we'll see how we can format those visualizations. First, let's go with this matrix which we have created here, so that we'll also understand how to use the drill downs. Let me create this matrix. I'll put it here like this. Same chart, whatever I've created here, I'll just quickly create that. Let's say I'll take subcategory, and then I'll say region in column, and then I'll take this sales. Right, so this is what we did few minutes back in this visualization. Now this one I cannot see it properly because the fonts are very small. I want to format, so any of these visualizations, if you want to format, so what I'll do is I'll go here. In the center there is one icon which says format. If I click on this, I'll get a lot of options here wherein I can format the data or say visualizations. So whatever we did till now was just I created, I didn't format anything. Now I'll tell you how to use this within one page and then how to format it. Now when I say format, I can format this table, I can format the font, and I can change the font style or whatever. Even the placement also. Sometimes what will happen when I have this dashboard, I need to place it in a proper, the dashboard layout so that they are aligned properly. Right, I just selected this. I'll go to this format and you can see this general. So here it asks for the position, say X position, Y position. You can either specify here or I can just drag it. So I'll just drag it, and if I put it here, see when this X, Y position will change. Say I'll go here, I'll say X position as 10. This is specifically I'm giving. That is horizontal like this, X axis. Y axis is vertical like this. Let's say I want this to be 10. See, it will go on top. So I can specify here, or I can also just drag and drop, say drag here like this within the page. Now what I see here, what I'm seeing here is the width and the height. There's nothing but this one. See, I'll go here, I'll just increase this, the width is increased. Reduce, the width is reduced. Height, you can increase or decrease. So this one, when I have one more visualization, if you want to have exact width and height, then I can use this width and height option. Next, we have something called a style. Style is nothing but how I can change the format of this. Let's say I'll click here. I want something like this. See, I just change the format of it like this. I want alternative rows to be highlighted. Click on this. See, alternative rows will be highlighted with the headers like this. So you can choose your own styles here like this. Like this. So I can change the format of it depending on whichever format I need. Suppose if you don't want anything, just say default. So I'll get this default, or if I don't want any format, just say none. So it will become like a normal, say, table like this. Fine. Next, so make sure that while formatting, you have to select this visualization, then only I can format it. Say grid. Grids are nothing but this one. So what I see here, these are all the grid lines. Now when I go here, say it says vertical grid is off, say on. So I can see the grid lines now. Let's say I want to change the color of it. Let's say I'll change something like this. So now you can see that. See the vertical grid lines. Now you can increase the thickness of the grid lines like this, or you can reduce it as well. The horizontal grid lines, I don't have the horizontal grid lines. If you want, just say on. So you can go here and explore all these options. It's just very simple. You can explore it. I'll not be explaining everything. So few of the formatting techniques I'll explain later on. You can try to explore it. I can change the color of this as well. So something like this. So I'll get the format like this. Right. Let me minimize this. Column headers. Now what I see here, this one, I want to increase the font size or say do some formatting on headers. Let me click on this. Now here it says font. If you want to change the font color, I'll go here and change this to some other color like this. The font color will change. Then let me increase the font size. Just trying to increase the font size here. Alright. If you want to increase the value font size, I'll go here. I have this values here. Let me increase the values font size. Right. Now I have this row headers here. This is column header and this is row header. Let me go back. I'll say row headers and then I'll try to increase this. I'm trying to increase the font size of it. So this is metrics and how to format this metrics. Fine. So this is a normal metrics table. Now why actually we have to create this metrics table, I'll tell you. There are a few more things. Just if you want, you can just go and you can explore this. Now let me add one more field here. I have this subcategory. I'll go here. I'll take this category and see what will happen to this metrics table. See, as soon as I inserted category, you can see the table became very small and I got some icons also here. Let me remove this category now. Automatically those icons are gone and the table again it will become bigger in size. So what is this actually? Let's see. I'll put this category here. Now I got this some options. These are actually called as drill down. Now let's say I want these values to be to the next level. Let me click on this plus mark. So I have this furniture. Let me just move this top here. So I have this furniture and I have all the subcategories for this furniture. Click on this. So again I'll get all the subcategories for that categories. Now I have this. I told you there is one drill down here. Let me just go here to the top level. Now let me go here and I'll click on this. When I click here, This will take me to the second level. Say now I'm in category. Now let me click on this. It will go to the second level now. That is with subcategory. Let me go on top. If I click on this, again I'll go on top. It will go to the first category. Now this is to go to the next level. But I have one more drill down here. So what this will actually do is this will go one level to the next say field, but with hierarchy. That means it will also show me this first field value also, means first field name also. Let me just click on this. See, so this is called as the matrix. So if you want to have one more field here, I'll go here. Let's say I'll take this segment and I'll put it here. Now that will become one more level. So you can see that I got plus mark for subcategories now. Now if I click on this, so it will say furniture, then books, and then this segments whatever we have. Say category, subcategory, and segment. I can go up one level up like this. But when I click on this one, say the two arrows what you see, that will go to the next level without showing the the upper level hierarchy. See, like this. So this is matrix. So what we saw here in this, I just showed only how to create it, but here we are trying to format it. Now I'll tell you why I use this as a separate sheet. Let me keep it here. Let me put one more visualization here. Let's say I'll create one more column chart here. Say clustered column chart. I can have multiple visualizations here. Now let's say I'll take this region and then I'll take the sales value. Now here the access values are very small. I want to increase this and I want to format this. For any visualizations, I told you just go to this format tab. Here I'll have different options for different visualizations. Now if you go here, this general is always same. Say for example, if I go here, I'll select this, I'll say general, my X position should be 10. It'll adjust here. Then my Y position also I'll say 10. Fine, it will go on top. Now let's go here. I want to align this exactly to the position what I have on the in this page with the top visualization what I have. Let me select this. I'll go to this general, say X position. I'll just say 10. Enter. It will go and it will align exactly to this visualization. Right. Now let me select this. Go to this format. Here I have this X-axis. I have this X-axis. I don't want this X-axis label to be shown. Say remove this. The X-axis is gone. Just reduce this. See the X-axis is gone. Then Y-axis is also gone. So whichever I want, I can just say I want X-axis labels. See here, I'll have only X-axis. Data colors. These are the data colors, or we also call it as legends. Let me go here. It says blue. I want to change the color like this. I can change. So the visualization I can change here, however I want. The data labels. Now I don't have the labels. I want the labels. Just click here. I'll get the labels. I want to increase the font size, the text size. You want to change the font style, you can go here, click on this, and you can change the font style as well. The next, the plot area. So here I was talking about the transparency in that chart, in the donut chart. So here I have this transparency. See, it says 0%. If I make it 100%, so now if you go here, say the plot area, whatever is there, this will become transparent. Now you can have this transparency. We'll go to the donut chart and I'll show you this transparency. If you want, you can add some image also in this. Say the title here, what I have this title. Let's go here. If you want to change the title here, say sales by region, I'll say region details. So here this will get changed. Now if the data is going, say the label is going too high, then I can use this word wrap so that it will adjust the text as well. So I'll not go through complete options here. You just try to use it. Say background, I'll make it transparency now, this one. Now let's go here. Can you see this? This has become transparent like this. So the background is transparent. Suppose if I say 50% transparency, and if you go here and check this, see, I'll have this 50% transparency. Let me make it 0%. Now if you go and check this, see, it'll hide this like this. So likewise, I have different options here. Now what this will do is, see, for example, I created two different visualization here. Let me click on this south. You can see this. I'll be getting only values of south. See, central. So these two are actually getting filtered. Say if I select one of these values here, so here the other visualization also is getting filtered. Let me select the furniture, and you can see this is getting filtered. See, so every visualizations are actually connected. How to break that, I'll tell you in the next session. But when you are having any visualization within this page, so what will happen is everything, all the visualizations in this sheet will be connected. Now let me go here. We'll take one donut chart. I'll keep it here. I'll create, say, segment, and then let's say profit. Right. Now let's go to this and format. Go here. Say here I have this legend. So here what we have this legend. Suppose if I don't want that, I can just remove this. So I remove that legend. So I'll get some space here. So data colors. So whatever color is there for this, say 3 or 4, I think 3 here. So you can change the color here for this data colors. Let it be by default as is. If you want data labels, I can keep it. Otherwise, I can just remove this like this. Right. So here I have this inner radius. So I can just try to reduce it, increase it, whatever you want. You can just try to do this. So each individual visualization will have its own properties or say formatting, say options. Now here in this transparency, I'll just go here. I'll make it 100%. Now I can see this. So in the previous this thing, if you go and see this donut, see here if I keep, so that card is getting hidden. So now what we did while formatting, I'm just trying to format it such a way that the background is transparent. So you can make the transparency like this so that I can see the background as well. Now let's take this card. I'll take one card here, and now I'll say profit. Now I can change the format of this as well. Let me select this, and here I'll say data label. Say I can change the color of it. So depending on your creativity or say the requirement, you can just change the color of it. Let me make the background transparency, or you can remove the background itself. Now if I move it anywhere here, see, it will be transparency. Now let me put it here. I'll try to reduce the font size so that it will fit inside this chart. Now let me click on this, see, and you can see all the other visualizations are also getting filtered like this. Fine. Let me go here. I'll take this slicer now. I'll just put this slicer here, and I'll take, say, let me take category, or we'll do one thing. We'll take ship mode because we are not used ship mode anywhere here. Select this is a ship mode. Right. Have the ship mode. Now let me format it so that I can see these now values. It's very small. Go to this format. So here again, this also has got different options. Now say general, this is for moving your so what is this visualization and positioning it. So I have this x-axis, y-axis, width and height. If you want the outline color, whatever is there, I'll say white. That means you'll not see that border at all. If you want, you can put the border. So whichever you want, you can just try to use it. Now, selection controls. If you go here, see, single select. You have the single selection here. If you want multiple selection, just say on. See here, this is single selection. Now when I say off, then I can do this multiple selection by holding control like this. Hold control, then click. I'll have multiple selection. Say, if you see here, say multi-selection with control. Say off. Now let's go and check this. So I'll get like a checkbox like this. Now here I have this select all option. I'm not given here select all option. So what will happen? Whatever options are there here, only those options will be available. Now let me go here and say select all. So here I'll get one more button. If I click on this, at a time I can select all the options. Fine. Let's scroll down. So if you want to change the header here with colors, you can just do that. So all these aesthetic changes you can try. Then here the items, whatever we have here, these are the items. Then the title and the background, so whatever we want, we can give it. Now let's try to change the font size of this. Say I have these items, I'll just make it something little bigger, otherwise it's very small, I'm not able to see. Now let me just go here and let's say all the visualizations are getting all the values. Now let me go here and remove the select all and then click on this first class. See, the visualization here are getting filtered like this. You can see this. I took the ship mode so that these values are getting filtered and it is plotting. Otherwise, what will happen is it will have, see, suppose if you go and click on this furniture, see here what is happening is within this visualization. So already I have this regions or something, so it is just taking this value. Say for example here in this it is taking this segment and it is highlighting only those values which are selected here. But in this visualization it is trying to filter itself because here the ship mode is not mentioned anywhere. So let me just click and remove all this. See, fine. This is for selection. Say I want to convert this into drop down, so we already have seen this. Just go here and click on this. I'll say drop down. Now this will become like a drop down. Now I can select it like this. So this slicer will help me in filtering the data here. So let me just make it as visualizations. Right. So now we saw this reports like this. So what will happen is I can just place any number of reports here. Just go and keep on placing. Let's say we'll take one more page. Let's say I'll go here, I'll click, I'll just create the layouts. I'll not drag and drop any of these fields just to show you guys. I'll say I want a line chart. Sorry, click on this, click outside and say line chart. You just see the placement there. See, now I'll say one pie chart and then let's say a table and then let's say one more area chart. See, I can keep adding the charts like this. Let me just click quickly like this. See the dashboards, they're getting created like this. So I'm just trying to create a layout here for you guys just to show you how we can actually use this dashboard. So all of them will be connected here. So I'll select this. I want say by region and say sales. I'll get a chart. Then select this. This is the table. So if you select the visualization, this will get highlighted here. Now let's say I want this ship mode and say the profit. I'll get one more data here. Let me select this one and say I'll go here. I'll take segment, say quantity. Then I'll select this and say order date. Then we'll take sales. See, I can create so many charts like this, but every visualization in a page will be connected. Now let me click on any one of this. See, all of them will get filtered. Right. Now if you put one slicer, let me put one slicer, have a slicer. Let's say I'll take category, and then if I just click on any of this, see, everything is getting filtered like this. So all the visualization, whatever is there, you can keep any number of visualization here, and then you can try to filter the say the values in the visualizations. And about the formatting, every visualization what you see here will have its own formatting options. So what you have to do, just select and then go to this formatting tab. Here I'll have so many options which you can explore. So every options I cannot explain, but it is very simple. Some of the common things are the alignment. Say general, if you can go here, see, it says position 0. If you go and select this, this also will be 0. So this also will be 0 because it is created automatically when I just clicked on this. Suppose if they are aligned, say somewhere like this, they're not aligned properly, so you don't have to bother. Select this and go to this and say general. Now here I'll say y as 0. Automatically it will go and sit there. So few things, the alignments and all, you can just try to learn, because when it comes to dashboard, it's not only about creating this, just a click and create these charts. It is also about formatting it properly. Okay, there are still so many things to discuss. Say we have this layouts where we can change the themes of it, where I can change the say for example I have these colors here. I don't want this blue color, so I'll go here, just select any of these themes. So what will happen, the complete theme will get changed here like this. Okay, a lot of things to discuss on the reports. So today I just wanted you guys to understand the visualizations here, and then understand how you can create it individually, or you can create it by group like this. So you can create it individual, copy and paste it wherever you want. Suppose if I don't want this layout, just go here and just go here and go to this default. Okay, but when you are creating a visualization, first you should understand the visualization, and then you have to create if it is necessary. Unnecessarily, don't just keep on clicking all this and then create it off. Say for example I want to show something with this date, then I'll go to this line and I'll create this line. So whenever you are creating any visualization, make sure that the visualization is necessary for that report, and then create it, and then drag and drop only those fields which are required. Okay, so this is all about the visualization and formatting of those visualizations. So today's topic, as I told you, it's a very simple one. It's just creating these things. But the next session I will tell you how to filter the data, how to create a small dashboard, how to break the links, how to create the links, and also we'll see how we can navigate from one page to another page, so that you'll have a small dashboard wherein I can just navigate between the reports as well.